Hi, this is Chuck Oliver. Welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Solution Review. Well, why is it vital for retirement survival in tax planning? Well, I'm going to give you an example of George and Linda. And George and Linda had about $1 million still trapped in their IRAs and 401ks, very concerned because they're in that dynamic decade between ages 63 and 73. And if you're in those ages, folks, I'm talking to you because the most important decisions of your survival of retirement, right? The vital survival is the decisions you make or don't make within that dynamic decade of 63 to 73. Now you may say, well, Chuck, I'm older than 73 or I'm younger than 63. There's still great things that you can do. But typically if you're on the earlier end of that, it's even more vital that you pay attention. And it's great if we're getting your attention. But if you're on the outside of 73, those decisions have already been made around your Social Security, the impact to your Medicare, and what you're facing is required minimum distribution. So learn, right, why tax planning is vital for your retirement survival, whether you're trying to get to retirement or better through retirement. So when you think about the clients I'm just referencing, they took the 4 times tax deduction. I'm excited to teach you, and there's multiple strategies. I'll be teaching this Tuesday at retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com, about how they used $250,000, right, in a little unknown section of the tax code that our tax team fully supports. It's very conservative. It's been around since 2006. It's actually has great state tax savings support as well as federal tax savings initiatives, right, and incentives that provides a 4 times tax deduction with a proprietary program that we use. We use it personally, and a number of our clients use it personally. And 4 times 250,000, folks, is $1 million. And that is a top-line deduction. So instead of what it would have looked like by them converting $1 million of their remaining IRAs and 401ks to Roth and showing as if they made another $1 million on their tax return, it's like it didn't even happen. The deduction offset the conversion, resulting in moving $1 million at zero tax exposure. Didn't tax their Social Security, doesn't tax their Medicare. A lot of people ask those questions. Well, why is tax planning vital for retirement survival? Well, I just think about things that are happening and the things that we can control. And being in this fourth quarter, we call it kind of the fourth quarter crunch. If you've got a lot of money trapped in IRA and 401k and you want to learn how to get it out most tax efficiently and effectively, and you want to avoid these required minimum distributions, or you're somebody saying, look, I'm stuck with these required distributions. You're not stuck. And you want to eliminate or mitigate them, there's still time, folks. You've got a big divestiture or a big capital gain or something, or a higher income and a bit bonus or something, and you just want to learn how to save your taxes, and you want to get out in front of these tax rates from going up. Because, folks, they're going up, even with Trump getting in, and he's got my vote. I want to read to you why, right? It's just tax planning is vital for retirement survival. So this is our Fed Chair Powell. I'll close with this. He says the U.S., this is the Federal Reserve Chairman, right? The U.S. federal government is on an unsustainable fiscal path. I think we're all familiar with that, at least the people that follow our teachings, right? The debt is growing faster than the economy, right? 76 cents, folks, of every dollar we've collected from the June to June tax revenue report through the Treasury went just to pay the interest on our debt, just to pay the interest. America is racking up a dangerous amount of debt because of its excess spending. Imagine what this Harris administration is trying to do, folks, and finding legislative risk, right, by taxing unrealized capital gains is a shortcut to get there, as well as raising taxes on corporations, raising income taxes, and causing all kinds of grief as it relates to, obviously, tax exposure for many of you and I, right? High income earners, strong savers, especially in accounts that haven't been taxed yet. And this excess spending because of its excess spending, and future generations are likely to suffer the consequences. Now, remember, words have meaning. And I want to read to you the head Democrat of the House Budget Committee, budget and Democrat. That's kind of like jumbo shrimp, right? It's a little bit of an oxymoron. There is no budget with the Democratic Party, right? It's just spend, spend, spend. But here's what Brendan Boyle out of Pennsylvania, the top Democrat of the House Budget Committee, said. And I want to make sure you listen to the words, right? As we get ready for the big once-in-a-decade fight that's going to happen in 2025 over what tax policy will look like for the next 8 to 10 years, listen, we need to be serious about ensuring that we have the proper revenues in order to pay for the size of government we want and the American people expect. Folks, the writing's on the wall. They're taking out all no holds bar. Like, where can we go tax unrealized capital gains? So if your portfolio goes up, your real estate goes up, they want to hit you with a 25% tax. If you've saved too much or you make too much, you won't be able to do Roth conversion. It's called the any age RMD and the congressional mandated limit. I know I wear out the topic of taxes, folks, and the reason I do it is because people don't know the retirement tax risk road they're on. I want to teach you how you can maneuver around those unfortunate exposures that you don't have to endure, right? Tax planning is vital to retirement survival, especially with what we're facing in this country today. retirementprotected.com, retirementprotected.com.